This is Lagoon Radio.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning to everyone listening to us right now. It's the newspaper review on Lagoon Radio. And you know now we're broadcasting live from the Archbishop's Palace in Marina, Lagos. Yep. My name is Jennifer Jibril. I'm not doing this alone. I have with me in the studio Taiwo Adiola Shabiolingbe. I don't know how your name became a mouthful this morning, but
all right. Good morning, Jennifer.
how you doing? Hope you slept well.
What did you say?
Hope you slept well.
I tried because I slept late though because I was
Yeah, right. Doing the
you
work
know.
of a correspondence.
Oh
well, we all tried to sleep well, basically. So so it is what it is. Okay, so today we have a couple of papers, and we all know what the headline is going to be on every paper. So we are going to not repeat it, deliberately not repeat it.
I think we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it, but we would not repeat it. And that means that we might have to skip a couple of papers because all of them are going to carry the same headline.
The thing is, some writers to it are different.
No, you'll be shocked. you'll be shocked because I went through the papers and I was like, beg nah, like. But waiting they happen. But then we know waiting they happen. So we have this Nigerian newspaper. We have The Authority. We have This Day. We have New Telegraph. We have The Guardian, Daily Trust, Nigerian Tribune, Nigerian News Direct. And I'll be starting with this Nigerian newspaper. Okay, so at the very top of the paper, soaring food fuel prices. IMF urges governments to avoid blanket subsidies. And we have another headline. Okay, you can read that on page 15. We have another headline, Owa attack. 80 persons involved, 22 killed, 56 hospitalized, says Akeredolu, and that's on page 9. Now, I've been seeing so many figures regards this.
Yeah, as yesterday I saw 100.
I read on the news this morning that the church has confirmed 30. They've been able to account for 38 people dead. And why they use the word account is because when it happens, the loved ones of some people involved came and took the body, so they cannot really account for those ones. But now that I'm seeing 22 killed, and church has already said they can account for 38. But anyway, you can read more on page 9. Let me skip the headline first. Page 14, we have influx of illicit arms encouraging piracy in Gulf of Guinea. We can see on page 15, Nigeria and others may experience recession. World Bank warns. We've experienced recession before, but now the World Bank is warning that we may experience another round of recession. And the writer to that says slashes 2022 global growth forecast to 2.9%, and that's on page 15 as well. And on page 14, we have Okada ban. Police impound 138 bikes, arrest 5 persons at Idiaraba, and this caused some serious mayhem yesterday.
Yes.
And
a lot of gunfires, the gunshots.
Gunshots, and then from what I read on the news, on the morning news today, some persons said Idiaraba is not under Surulere, that it is under Mushin.
Oh.
And Mushin is
Idiaraba
not basically right. I thought so too. They said it's under Mushin local government, and Mushin local government is not among the listed local governments affected by the ban of bike. So why would the police and the task force cause the mayhem yesterday? That was why the bike men had to fight. But if you want to know the rest of the story, you can check page 14. Now, the major headline, APC presidential primary, the long wait. And the writer today says, odds favor Tinubu to win. 7 aspirants step down for ex-Lagos Governor Osibanjo, Lawan, Yahya Bello, Bakare, Amechi, and others in close finishing. Buhari urges winner to be magnanimous in victory. Poor crowd control, mar exercise. You can read more on page 14. Now, before we start talking, now there's this particular headline, this rider rather, that got to me. Buhari urges winner to be magnanimous in victory. What does that mean? I'm seeing so many shades today, but there's one that is hitting me right now. So the fact that you're winning shouldn't be that you shouldn't take others along that didn't win. Since you're all, that's what I see.
Since you're all in the same party.
In the same party, I mean. So for the fact that you didn't win, you should extend your winning arm to other people. Hail the great country, Nigeria.
If you check my status yesterday, I was watching the primaries and I just seen lots of those that came up with the history part of it, those that came up as questionnaires, and the overconfident ones.
Yeah, right, and the ones that prepared speech.
Yeah, and the ones that are short of words, that they can't even get the words, and the ones that they've just come to dance and then step down. So many characters were there
and the ones that came to push for other people. You forgot that character. How will you forget Judas in the crucifixion of Jesus Christ?
He actually carries two characteristics. He has come to push for others instead of himself. And then
now step down. Set and one step. Stepping. Wait, see, and you still forgot one character. The DJ. This one is going to be my talk for afternoon drive. I don't want to know.
Let's
but you see that DJ?
Let's suspend that for the afternoon.
For the afternoon drive. For that's all I'm going to take.
But really, let's just take some interesting ones on the presidential.
Okay, of course.
APC primary. So on the authority, we can see it says why northern governors rejected Lawan consensus. And the writer to that one says, as VP slots divides them. Ganduje, Bagudu, El Rufai in race for
VP
vice president. See, people
they never see who go win. No, they don't see who win. They don't know flag bearer, but they're already struggling. Say anyhow, anybody will win. I shall want be.
Okay, so another one, still on the APC presidential primaries, Jigawa delegate dies in Abuja. This one happened yesterday. It's so unfortunate. Well, he died in the course of trying
voting
to be the one for Nigeria. And APC will not get 25% vote in PDP-controlled state. Article boost. Yeah, someone boost.
They started again.
No, there was something of such yesterday too. You know,
see. Let me see, and that's when the DJ decided to play Buga. But what I'm saying,
that DJ.
But what I'm saying is, this boasting is every 4 years. They keep boasting that. See, that was how there were some states. There are some states now that are APC states that were PDP states. They used to be PDP controlled states. Like they've been ruled by people from PDP. And then in the last election, boom, power switches goes to APC. These states became APC controlled states. This was how they started.
And then they are not even ready to.
Do you understand? So this
they're not ready to change hands or power to PDP.
They're not ready. I mean, this
it's going to be difficult knowing the fact that it's been a while you had that power over a state or over your state. All right. So moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
That one is on page 12 of the authority.
Okay, so
you've got other stories there. We're just gonna.
Yeah, we're just gonna touch. Okay, so we have something from New Telegraph. At the top, we see that World Bank revises Nigeria's growth forecast to 3.4% in 2022. There's a story to it, and you can continue reading on page 3 of New Telegraph. We have external reserves plunged to $38.42 billion. Don't they read billion again? That's on page 25. We have on page 2, 2023 polls, FHQ establishes electoral offences decks nationwide, and that's on page 2. Mascot Kalu emerges as Abia APP gubernatorial candidate unopposed. That's on page 2 as well. On page 3, police officer pulls gun on journalist to enforce court order. Now, wow. Page 3. On page 8, Okowa raises the alarm over 80 million naira voodoo Delta promo blackmail. Okay. And then the APC convention, like we said, it's going to be making the rounds on every newspaper. We have, so this one says, Fayemi Badaru, Amosu Akpabio, Bankole, another step down for Tinubu. Rather to that says, swelling the national leaders' rank with more than 284 delegates votes. I'm not here to step down for anybody, says Tunde Bakari. We must win and win big, says Adamu. South must produce our flag bearer, says Senator Gaya. Why I revolted against Northern APC governor, says Yaya Bello. That's on pages 2, 3, and 4. So, okay, so PDP says we'll win presidency over 25 states in 2023. That's on page 3. No respite for varsities as ASU SANU vow to continue strike. This is the one that pains me the most.
Funny enough, having said all this and you're contesting, running for the presidential,
running, jumping,
and
flying,
then,
and dancing.
There's a problem at hand. Don't you feel it should be attended to? I mean, the current government, it should be attended to. Not leaving your priority. Let's get it straight. And then you're going to continue like this. The next government is going to come and continue like this. Not minding all they've said during the primaries, during the election, their manifesto and all of that.
I think
we need to get it right.
I think it is how Nigerian politics have taken a turn over the years.
It's
now,
terrible.
they have prioritized manifesto, primaries, the whole election brouhaha over the well-being of the nation. The economy, in fact, we are suffering a serious economy meltdown, whether we like it or not. No, not whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or yes. We are suffering a serious economic meltdown in Nigeria. They might not have used the word meltdown, but the World Bank is already saying that if we're not careful, there's going to be a recession this year. And the source of income before in Nigeria, petroleum, is already experiencing a huge turnoff. The educational system is down. Students are home because you have not paid their lecturers. If you don't pay these people, before you know it now, tanker will go on strike. Doctors, it's not hard for them. Doctors will pack their bag, go on strike. Before the coming years, you'd have had Labour Congress strike. So Labour Congress is not going on strike anymore. It's now different factions going on strike. So very soon, you'll soon hear that doctors are on strike. Tanker drivers are on strike. Then the next thing, fuel scarcity again, and from the different things begin to happen, and then the nation becomes a standstill. We are suffering terrorist attack already. It has gotten to the south. It used to be the north, but now they are done with the north practically, and they've gradually made their way into the south. And these people feel that this is not an urgent situation. It's not something to tackle. They would rather want to tackle and spend their time on dinner and whatever. Anyway.
I just feel all of this is just as a waste of time to buy more time. Any time you leave this.
No, they feel if they finish all the work, what would the next government do?
No. That the thing is that's why we're getting it all wrong. That's why we're getting it all wrong.
But
you leaving the office and then you're not living the right way. And then the person coming
cannot even
doing
continue
your work for you
and not to do something new.
Definitely going to start from where you can't start from wherever you stop. You can only do little from where stop.
It's just like
because his style might not be your style.
Of course, of course.
And you don't expect to do things the same way.
It's just like a normal home setting.
Not be happy with the way you're doing your own things, and then it gets there, and that's the end of it. And then the problem continues, or probably the problem gets resolved.
It's just like a normal household setting, yeah? You go to work and I'm at home. Instead of me to do the dishes, I'm waiting for it to come back. When I know that your work is to come and cook. So and you come back and then you have to do the dishes. And I'm not telling you that I'm hungry, that you should be fast. How? Is it rocket science? So, this whole thing, this nation is division of labor. The person who comes in first should do what they are supposed to do and reduce the workload on who is coming in next so that they will even have the mind to do something new. But then, I don't think they have all that thinking right now. But you can read that on page 6. On page 2, we have Soludo dismisses doomsday prophecy. And we've talked about the Owo attack. We've already talked about the Owo attack. And this one says 38 people That's what the Catholic Church has been able to account for. And we have a study beneath the page, drug trial raises hope of cancer cure, and that's on page 5. So that's on New Telegraph. I think you have something for us.
I'll take a few one from the Nigerian Tribune. Makinde picks Bayo Lawal has running mate for 2023 elections. That's on page 11. Fulani attack, I don't need your prophecy. Soludo replies Catholic priest. That's on page 27. Excuse me. Tension as Okada riders go on rampage in Lagos. We talked about that at Idiaraba yesterday afternoon. It was hell for those living around there and for those that has shops and offices around there.
I tell you,
the stories
man.
on page 30. And 22 dead, 52 in hospital. Akeredolu attack will be thoroughly investigated, says IGP. That's on page 26. And on presidential primary on Tribune, Nigerian Tribune newspaper, APC convention servers ECOPs voting drags. And then this writer says something different. Delegates from only 3 states had voted.
As of
3:52
a.m.
So, are they still there now?
Yes, no, they're still there. They're actually still there. Okay. As of some 30 minutes ago, they're still voting.
I mean, I need to.
And they're looking at over 2,000 people. I read that in the news, like a breakdown of every state. And
we have like 36 states plus the
Yes,
FCT.
Of course. And I saw one state having over 100 people as delegates. A northern state. So, yeah. Yes.
All right, so as at 3:52 a.m., only 3 states had voted. So later today, we'll find out and bring it to your hearing. Akpabio Amosun Fayemi Badaru Bankole Borough Office Uju stepped down for Tinubu. Nicholas Felix steps down for Shibajo. The best doesn't have to get the prize, says Adamu. That's
deep. The best.
So you don't have to be the best to get the prize.
Doesn't have to get the prize.
You don't have to look the best. You don't have to be the best to get it. It means a lot, really. If you take your time to process it, it means a lot.
I know, right?
Governors ganged up against me. Yaya Bello alleges. Umar absent at convention. Why? You want to find out that it's on the inside. Don't let PDP drag Nigeria backward. Buhari tells APC delegate. Is it cancelling or?
What's your wisdom from the elders?
Okay, thanks.
What's your wisdom from the elders? Oragba.
Jennifer, you're
I'm there. I know.
All right, so that all of this that I just read out is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. You might want to find out when you grab a copy. Breakthrough for cancer treatment as U.S. drug trial records 100% success. Thank you.
Okay, so
I'm not done yet, please. Can you? That one is on page
8.
Page 8. And then we have on page 20, DSS rescues abducted Kanu APC senatorial candidate mother in Jigawa. On page 28, UBEC earmarks 2 billion naira for 2022 nationwide schools personnel audit. And that's much I can take on the front page of, I think I took basically everything.
Yeah, you basically took everything.
It's interesting.
Okay, so I think this will be the last paper we'll take this. In fact, we finished all the papers apparently.
Because they carry
the same story. So let's take something from the Guardian newspaper. Consensus fails. 14 aspirants on ballot for APC presidential ticket. So they actually called this one failure. Akpabio, Amoso Fayemi, 4 others step down for Tinubu. Osibanjo defies pressure to step down for Tinubu. Like, with the old pressure, brother, come down. Brother did not step. So he defies pressure to step down for Tinubu.
Why would he want? If he steps down, then he is what people think
he is,
and
of course.
He has given people, he has proven them
right.
Yes.
And whatever is thrown at him, he deserves it. So yeah, a person I actually expected to step down did not.
Will I say reputation or
will be diminished. The person I expected to step down didn't step down. That's Pastor Tunde Bakari. He didn't because he's been doing this. That man is like the most consistent runner When you're talking back to back, he keeps trying. And then I expected yesterday intimidation and all sorts, and then he would just step. But no, he didn't. But anyway, we'll wait for the results today. We'll know what it is. Buhari rallies support for candidates with best chances. Tinubu pledges to unite Nigerians, tackle insecurity. I didn't come this far to chicken out, Bello insists. ONU decries marginalization of Indigbo. Lawan 6 delegate support says parliamentarians make the best leaders. Hire me, but fire me if I fail, Amechi tells delegates. Wow, hire me, but fire me. Okay. Bakare leads. Wait, these are politicians. They are rhymers.
Wait, is it not this?
Amechi, Minister of Transport.
He couldn't find his words. Was it the one?
So Amechi tells delegates, hire me, but fire me if I fail. See rhymes.
With what I saw yesterday.
Is the rhymes I like.
Hire me, but fire me.
Bakare leads delegates on moments.
Oh gosh.
Bakare leads delegates on moment silence for all victims. Insist on not stepping down. EFCC officials storm Eagle Square. EFCC, fear them.
I love you.
Fear them. So we have a photo of the wife of the president, the vice president, and others flanked on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And we have the speech from Akeredolu regards the massacre. It says, as UN Secretary General and others condemned the killings, and that's on page 8. 600 million persons fall ill, 420,000 others die globally from toxic food. That's on page 4. IPOB raises the alarm over alleged plan to seize guns in Southeast, and that's on page 7. MKO's son, Kola, pledges commitment to nation building. That's on page 8. Makinde announces Bayo Lawal as running mate for 2023 governorship polls. That's on page 8 as well. And we can also see members of APC presidential what will I call them now? Casting their vote, yeah. And they're wearing jackets. But this is good view. That's how we can actually take on the Guardian newspaper.
So basically, all the papers carry the same stories, except for a few ones. On Nigerian News Direct, we can see at the bottom on page 21, WHO donates drugs consumables to victims of our church attack. That's encouraging.
Very encouraging. Yes, because I was looking at the hospital these people are being treated. Follow for promo. The hospital is not the beds, the environment, it doesn't look well. But I'm glad that external bodies are beginning to get involved, helping the little way they can.
And this one is on business. Economic growth declined 3.7% in sub-Saharan Africa in 2022. This was said by World Bank, and you can get that on the inside of the Nigerian News Direct. Okay, so basically that's all we can take. In fact, that is all there is on today's newspaper headline. Coming up at 10 a.m. is the Moment of Truth by the Venerable Henry Adelega. My name is Jennifer Jubril.
And I'm Taiwo.
Keep listening to Lagoon Radio.
So good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Lagoon Radio.